Thank you so much for staying on the AM show. It's some 19 minutes after 9, and what a show it has been already. Promises to be more exciting as we conclude it. Now, students who've applied for admission into the Regentropfen College of Applied Sciences have a very wonderful opportunity. They have an opportunity to write an examination to qualify for scholarships of between 30 to 100%, yes, you heard me, 100% of their tuition fees. Just as like these are the reason founder of the college, Reverend Father Moses Awinonja, won the JoyNews Impact Makers Awards. And this morning, he is with me here in the studio, and I'm super excited to host him because of all the wonderful work he's been doing over the years and continues to do. Reverend Father, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ben.
Great to see you. How's Bolga doing?
Bolga is doing great. It's
right.
Green and cool.
I love it up there. I love it up there. I mean, my experience in Bolga, when I go there, I just feel at peace because I feel close to nature, the greenery. It's beautiful. But Reverend Father, you've been doing this very wonderful work over the years, and you don't stop, right? When we think you're here, then you're taking us, a step further, and you're doing this wonderful scholarship scheme for students who've applied to. So this is open to all students, right?
Yes, it's open to all students who apply to run, for courses, programs in our college. So we do not want to discriminate against anybody.
Okay.
So that we don't get people complaining.
Right, I get it. So, between 30 to 100%, now that is a big deal, especially for a privately run institution like yours, and we don't usually see that. Even in other places, it's quite a big deal to get 100%. But you're offering that. Tell us why this is important to you.
Well, we've been doing this for years. Even since the inception, we have been offering scholarships of various kinds, from work and study, through to, getting support from the Regentropfen Education Foundation or getting support directly from the college, Regentropfen College of Applied Science itself. We're doing it because we have the principle of being a people-centered university. We're saying we're people-centered because we are training people who are coming out to be the agents of development in wherever they are. And these ones are also supposed to now take our people-centered approach to issues also into the society. And so if we're saying we're people-centered, it means that we pay attention to the needs of the people around us. So the needs of our customers we take into consideration. And also to ask ourselves, why did the college come into being? Mm-hmm. And so, yes, initially it is really a lot of money, but we're also hoping that through whatever we are doing, organizations and companies and individuals will come into now also collaborate with us to be able to take care of these things and even expand it a bit more.
That's fantastic. So take us back to why this all started, because I know that beyond the college, you have some other institutions that cater for education in that part of the country. What birthed this whole institution, Regentropfen?
Well, Regentropfen is a German word meaning raindrops. So Regen is rain in German, and Tropfen, drops or drop, is the same word for in plural and singular. When we started it in 2009, I wanted to be able to look for something more concrete so that I can offer help to the youth and children of Ghana or in Ghana. Not of Ghana only, but in Ghana. Whoever gets help must be in Ghana. So, okay. When we started it, we had almost nothing. But I decided instead of using that small money that I got, using it just for the 5 children I had at the time, I decided to ask my congregation to help me. To allow me to found a foundation. So they gave me the permission, and the one who gave the money then used it to found the foundation, but made me a director, for life,
okay.
Of that foundation. So since then, we have been working around, and the number increased, and now we're talking about 300, people and youth we are supporting from kindergarten up to university.
That's fantastic. And this congregation is based where?
Well, the SVD is the congregation. It means Divine Word Missionaries. It was a Catholic missionary congregation. And I belong to the German province, but for sure I came from Ghana. So from Ghana province sent me to Germany. So we are working in over 70 countries worldwide. And so
that's fantastic. I love this. And over the years, we've seen how the church has, obviously through fathers like you and congregation, we've seen how the church has influenced education. Even look at some of the top schools that we brag about, and they're definitely linked to one church or the other. So, I mean, admissions have already started, right? So if you haven't applied, you've missed out on the opportunity, but there's always room in the next academic year. So just run us through what the college offers and who qualifies to be a student there.
Well, the college offers 5 diploma programs. That's diploma in accounting, business administration, computer science, agriculture for social change, and basic education. And runs 7 degree programs. That's accounting, business administration, computer science, basic education, agriculture for social change, public health nursing, and general nursing. So the general nursing and public health nursing just started. I mean, we just got accreditation, so we're now going to get the enrollment in. Now, anybody who qualifies to do diploma, per the standards of GTEC, qualifies to study in our institution to do diploma for 2 years, and after that, the person can just proceed with degree. If you have A1 to C6 in the electives and also in the core subjects, you qualify to do any of the programs in our institution at the degree program. Now, we also have the mature students, mature entrance exams, and if you come in for the mature entrance exams, you also qualify for the scholarship. So we have tomorrow, Saturday, we have the entrance, the scholarship exams taking place at 9 o'clock.
In different centers.
Here in Greater Accra region will be in Ashaiman in St. Augustine Catholic Church. And that is where we'll have it. Now, people can still apply today. Even if you apply today, you can still...
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you hand over your application today, even online, you do it, but you do not even send in the forms. You are allowed to write the exams tomorrow. Now, we have that, but we also know that there's a large group of people who are going to write their WASI now and who would not be available for this scholarship. They can come in January admissions, and so even in December and January again, we'll conduct so that nobody's also discriminated against, silly because I was born at the wrong time. so we have double admissions in the year. August, September, and January, February, and so there is a possibility for people to still come in.
You shared with us how the church started and the need you had to create a foundation, but how do you keep it running? Because if you're offering a scholarship scheme such as what we are seeing, it's quite some huge money you're putting in there. You need to take care of utilities, you need to take care of your teachers, and a lot of things to run an institution of its kind. It is still based on the benevolence of your
people. Yes.
Wow.
I mean, people donate. It's not much, but what we have, we make good use of it, and it's running. We also know, the tuition fees is different from administrative fees. I cannot pay for somebody to get data.
Yeah,
so those things they have to pay, but it's not much. It's just to ensure that other things are taken care of, and then we'll be able to run. Now, but I strongly believe that there are very good people, good-minded people outside there, people of goodwill.
Yeah.
Who would want to support. We already have, one person in Ghana who is sponsoring 4 students, so paying the fees. So instead of the week paying the fees, the person comes in to pay the fees. And so that's already taken care of. We also have, God thanks be to God, 2 other organizations that have offered in total 10 scholarships. So that we have then now, so we can say we have 14 scholarships which are taken care of, so that the college doesn't have to. So, and then we're hoping that others will also come in to support so that the system can be sustained. Because I mean the issue has always been that whether we like it or not, there are poor people who are still intelligent and they cannot make it because they don't have the money. Honestly, don't have the money. Now they want to be able to identify themselves with an institution and know that this is this institution we will get in and we'll get the scholarship. So, for example, when we started to build the college, 2011, we started with the library, simple library, because we just wanted to provide for the community. Well, based on our people-centered approach, we realized that it needed more than a library, and so it came out that the college was then founded, and it has expanded even now to basic school, to kindergarten, to technical school, and to senior high. So, if we should look at it, all of them, even the secondary school and the senior high and the technical, 95% of the students are on scholarship.
Wow. Right,
because we also are into girls in science and technology. And so our ladies, even finally, those in agric and science, only ladies, no single boy. And so we realize that our approach is working. Yes, people are beginning to identify us as that we are this way. And since we are promoting, especially science and applied sciences, people know these people, that's
what they're known for.
That is what they know. And so we go there and we get the best.
I love it. Especially the girls in science bit, because we know that in many parts of the country, girls have been left behind. So it's a great thing that you're pulling us along as we develop. So, how can individuals and organizations support this very wonderful initiative by your institution?
We said, just give us a donation or get in touch with us. You want to mentor our students, you can get in touch with us and we will work out how you can mentor them. If you want to help us set up a student-led firm, you can come in, we'll get a model, the students will be taken through our system, and then they come to set up the firm, and the money is given. We will help the students to manage the money well and pay it back, so that there's a revolving fund and so of that sort. So we have we have that portion of the companies and individuals coming in for us to have the student-led firms being formed, but we also have then donations being made either directly into our education fund, or given to the students, so that the person can pay directly. So it depends on how the individual want to do. And it's not about big sums. we take any amount because we say little drops of water make a mighty ocean. Yeah. And so our raindrops, every drop is important because, like Mother Teresa said one time, I am like a drop in the ocean, but without me, there is no ocean.
Right.
And so the little that I have, I would say that, it's little, but when I should add it, it gives life to somebody.
Fantastic. I love this. So we can find your contacts on your website?
Yes. So www.recas, that's recas.edu.gh.
recas.edu.gh.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where you can send your donations to if you're a corporate entity and you want an institution to benefit from your corporate social responsibility. I strongly believe that Reverend Father Moses Awinuya and his Rakers deserve all your love and support. If you're also interested in girls in education, you heard him talk about girls in ICT and science. And it's interesting, as we continue the conversation, I just can't help but I've been trying to figure out if I've heard of any institution of its kind in that part of the country, in the Upper East. This appears to be one of...
Well, we have always been pace setters. We call ourselves pace setters. Reagan Traffic Education Foundation came into being in 2012, and together with the college at almost the same time. And we have been, I would say, the most outstanding organization, but we're very quiet, because I would say that we are dealing with people, we are dealing with the lives of people, so we don't want to make so much noise about it because you get distracted from whatever you are doing. The focus to get there. But those in the villages especially experience us, and so we go to the villages, pick the people we ask around, we're able to pick the people, bring them. And after 2-3 years, they get groomed and you say, wow, these are the people that we brought who didn't. Some of them could not construct good sentences, and then after that, they're even making A1 and stuff.
Wow.
Then you get the fulfillment, you know, whatever thing that it is. So some people just come and they say, look, I just want to make it one semester, and it's interesting. They come to the college, they make the one semester, and then after one semester, they come
want
and
to
say, Father,
stay.
please, I can't go on. And you have to say, look, I mean, the person cannot go on, so what do? Do you let the person go home? I mean, if the person has, but is playing tricks with us, we'll surely get to know about it. But you really even get to know that there are some who cannot get to eat, you know, and struggling to come for lectures and stuff like that. You can't just let this person just fall off. And that is why we are saying, okay, then use your brains. Come, let's see what happens so that if we can help you a little bit, and then you can then take up the rest, and then we will all together.
Yeah, obviously, because you also want people to take the scholarship quite seriously. So that when you see that level of commitment, you know that people are ready to learn, and that's an important point you make here. So, I mean, I know that personally, you have your own story of how you got your education and why it inspired you to meet this need. Share a bit of that with us.
Well, as a young man, young man, those days, old man, going to school, I saw school uniform as a discrimination those days because I couldn't get one. You know, so I was always falling out, I mean, through school. Or going to middle school, I had to walk 8 kilometers to school and then 8 kilometers back every day barefooted, you know, and without uniform for sure. Some days maybe without breakfast, mostly without lunch, you know, those type of things. So getting that through, and now I went to Bolgatanga Senior High School. Those days, Bolgatanga Secondary School in 1986, I went in. You know, and the experience was then the greatest experience was that I had my first slippers, you know, Chelawut. And so when I got my first Chelawut, I would wash it like, you know, nobody's business. You know, because, I mean, that was my treasure, right? I mean, that shows, I mean, the level of poverty at that time, you know, that I didn't even have slippers, you know. Okay. Now, and then going through it, well, things then went, I had to do all sort of things to be able to get my education through, and then after that I went to Ahmadiyya Secondary School in Kumasi, you know, when my uncle then picked me up and supported me, and then after that I went to University of Ghana, Legon, to do business administration, and after...
That must have been such a culture shock for you, coming into Legon.
Well, that time... But
Kumasi was a good transition.
It was a good transition, and then I was living in Ashaiman with my uncle.
Okay,
so, I mean, well... but somehow, the university life is a different life altogether. So, and then after completing University of Ghana, I then went in to do philosophy in Tamale, you know, to prepare myself to join the Divine Word Missionaries, I mean, SVD. And then after novitiate, I was sent to Germany to study.
How long have you been in Germany?
22 years now.
Oh, that's a long time.
Well, I don't say it. But
do you identify as German though?
Yes.
Okay.
In many
because 22 years is a long time to be there.
In many respects.
And you believe strongly that it's part of your mission to have been there, because that's what helped you.
Well, I mean, I think that God has, I mean, I said that God always has his hand in play, you know. I mean, otherwise, if I had not gone there, or even when I went there, if circumstances did not lead me to whoever, you know, made a donation, I would not have been able to get, I mean, help for all these people. And I strongly believe that God has his mission. I mean, I always say, I am the father of the fatherless. You know, that is my mission. So I don't see my mission as anything other thing, but as the father of the fatherless. And so there are many young people who are able to call me daddy because they don't have really anybody that they can call daddy, right? That alone is the fulfillment then for me. And so the 22 years, I don't even see because I was too busy.
I know, right?
I wish I could get 36 hours a day.
Oh, thank you so much. And you told us earlier that you pick up, young, brilliant people from the communities and the villages around. But tell us, your student body, who really, apart from these ones, make up the students at Regentropen?
Well, we have students from Ghana, Nigeria, and Ivory Coast who are currently with us. And I was even one of my first daughters, student daughters, a Nigerian who came to study the first batch, so once he completed, I was so proud, because he didn't get anywhere to study in Ghana, and everywhere it was dollars and dollars and dollars. And I said, oh, come over to me. So I picked her up. I gave her 70% scholarship, and it was in CDs, so that made it. So we have that now. We have a different type of, it's a social mix.
Okay.
And that is what we're very stressing on that.
Yeah.
It must be a social mix so that, you don't only have poor people going there. No, it is, a mixture of people who would be able to now design a new work culture and a new social system for the future. And so it is not only people who cannot pay. And if we only had that, it would have collapsed by now.
Yeah.
But we have about 70%, 70%, 50 to 70% who can pay, and they're also there. Now, apart from that, we then have 10 of them are now in the U.S. We have a partnership with Florida Agriculture Mechanical University, and so 10 of them have been.
Do they get hands-on experience with their agric? Because was it in Boga I saw shared trees? Because agriculture is quite important to the people of that region. So I just want to know if there's a practicalization of this agric course that they do. They get real hands-on experience.
For all our programs, we combine know-how with do-how, and that is our specialty. We combine know-how with do-how. Currently, we have a moringa plantation.
Oh, great.
And with the moringa plantation, we'll let them know the economic value of whatever they are doing. So you do it and you see that, hey, we sell the moringa, even if it's not in large quantities, but you see that we sell it, we make money. So it means if you go out and you have a moringa plantation also, you can make it, and we'll help you to be able to know how to manufacture it and stuff like that. We also have our beehives, producing honey. And we don't want chemicals even for the bees, because we think that the bees have to be healthy so they can give us healthy honey. And so we have good beehive, apiary. We also have a little poultry farm which we want to expand now. So in the next few months, we should see it expanding so that the students will also see this is money. Because I always say that we are sitting, I see money everywhere on the streets, in Namor and Bolga. So why should we be poor when there's money all over the place?
I really, really admire what you're doing with the young people in the Upper East region. And we can't help but celebrate you all the time. And I'm really glad that you were part of our first batch of Joy Impact Makers. And this story will forever stay with me. So for you out there in Bolga, I hope to see you very soon. I owe Reverend Father Moses Awinonya a visit. But most importantly, you can participate in that exam. We'll put up the details for you to see. So even if you are in Accra, right? The Ashaman Senior High School is a center. In Bolga, the Bolgatanga Senior High School. In Tamale Senior High School. Navrongo Senior High School. And even the Rekas campus itself in Namo is also an examination center. So on the 19th of August, which is tomorrow at 9 a.m., Reverend Father, how do they do the online registration for those who have not yet applied for the admission?
Well, for now, you just go to CBG.
CBG.
Yeah, Consolidated Bank Ghana, and buy the e-voucher. Just say Regentropen College of Applied Sciences. You buy the e-voucher, and then you have your e-voucher, and then you go on. It's that simple. But we also have it even on the distance. We have the Momo account there. If you pay through the Momo. what will just happen that they will generate the e-voucher and then get in contact with you.
Okay.
Our team is ready. It's working now.
Yeah.
They're sitting down.
Yeah.
People can try and see what it works or not.
So the e-voucher, what does it do? Is it what I used to sit the exam, or that's what I used to fill the form?
Good. So that once you fill the form, we are getting it almost immediately.
Yeah.
And then we will get it.
So at CBG, you get the physical form.
You get the
e-voucher,
and then you get the internet and just go.
Okay, so you get onto the website and then you fill the form there. And tomorrow, so please call a friend. Those of you who've been looking for scholarship opportunities is right here in Ghana. You don't need to travel outside to benefit from it. If you know somebody who is interested in all the courses that Reverend Father has mentioned, a diploma and degree in accounting, they've just introduced nursing. Yeah. All right, so please grab this opportunity while it stares you in the face. I'll be wrapping up my conversation with Reverend Father Moses Awinonya. He is a winner of the JoyNews Impact Makers Award, and he runs the Regent Troffen College of Applied Sciences, NAMO, in the Upper East region. Before I let you go, though, Reverend, so my friends on Facebook know that I have a name, right, which is Awenle. Okay, it's an adopted name, though, which means daughter of God. Oh. Yes. I'm just wondering what your Awinonya means.
Awinonya means God loves you.
God loves you.
And I couldn't have gotten a better name.
Yeah. Because you express it so beautifully. Thank you so much. And we pray for you. We pray for the success of your school. And so please support the school. If you're a corporate organization, an individual, you can make a monthly commitment. It doesn't have to be big, right? Because the school even believes in the concept of gathering. Regent Troffen means raindrops. So the little we gather will build that collective that we all want. Thank you once again, Reverend Father. That'll be it for our conversation. If you missed any part of the show, please just go back on our Facebook page so that you can furnish yourself with all the details and make an informed decision. When I come back, I will be getting interactive with you. It's a moment that I love all the time. But before I do that, though, let me now tell you, it's now official. Joy Prime, Joy FM, and other multimedia group limited platforms are media partners for the biggest carnival in Ghana, the Chalewote Street Art Festival. It's an annual, colorful festival of sights and scenes with thousands of revelers treated to rich African heritage, art, dance, street painting, graffiti, murals, you name it, whatever it is. And trust me, with the multimedia group, it will definitely be an explosion, an exciting one as such. It's going to be a promotion of a creative arts economy while achieving the mission to sell and promote Ghana. And just as the name suggests, Chalewote, it's a flip-flopping event. And we're going to a new location this year in Osuso. Come along. Let's go make unforgettable moments at Osuso. We're going to start all the way from the Independence Square, come down into Osu itself. So there will be unforgettable memories created from August 21 to 27. So do make a date with us. When I come back, I'll get interactive with you.